Guys, my name is Victor. Welcome to Down Yoga. Karina here is going to be helping me today. All we need is our mat. Maybe you have a bottle of water next to you. Let's start today in Shavasana, please. You can bring the shoulder blades close together and slide the shoulders away from the ears here. You can close your eyes for the first few breaths. Start cultivating that breath through the back of your throat using your Ujjayi Pranayama. Allow the breath to flow slower. Watch how the inhale and exhale flow through the entire body. And switch the attention to the sound of the breath on the back of your throat. That helps you to stay present. Keep the mind clear and calm. And for the next few breaths, just watch the rise and fall of the belly, the chest. Try to keep that motion with the breath for the rest of the class. Slowly bring the legs closer together. Flex your feet. Take a deep inhale, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Broaden the shoulder blades here as you reach the hands up. And with an exhale, bring your knees into your chest, hug it in. Try to squeeze the thighs closer to the chest. Open the arms wide into a cactus shape. Keep the knees into your chest though. And use your exhale to bring both knees to your left, twisting the torso to the right. If you need, you can bring the left hand on top of your right thigh. A little more support for the twist. Firm the right shoulder down to the floor. Feel the right side of the waist expanding with the breath. With your next inhale, untwist, slowly readjust the hips as needed. And keep the arms open in the cactus shape. And with one exhale, bring the legs to the right. Firm the left shoulder down to the floor. You can move the hips slightly to the left if you need, so the hips are stacked. And the right hand can go on top of the left thigh this time, and breathe. Inhale slowly and twist. Bring your knees into your chest again. And hug your knees one more time before we start moving. You can round your back, bring your forehead towards your knees. Now release your legs, reach your legs forward, but keep your heels hovering off the floor. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling, interlace your fingers together, flip your palms and reach your hands back. But keep your heels off the floor. Keep working with your quads. Now slowly lift your legs up, point your toes up towards the ceiling, bring your hands up as well. You can release the interlace of the fingers, reach your hands up as high as you can, lift your shoulders and lift your hips off the floor. Engaging the abdominal muscles, hugging the navel lean so the lower back moves down towards the floor. As slow as you can, lower the legs and try to hover the heels off the floor. Keep pulling the frontal hip bones up so the lower back moves down to the floor. Now interlace your fingers behind your head with the elbows to the sides. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, bring your right elbow to your left knee. There you go. Inhale, extend, elbows to the sides. Exhale, left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, extend, right elbow, left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left elbow, right knee. Keep going on your own pace a few times like this. Try to move with the breath. As you inhale, you expand. Exhale, crunch. A few more times, slowly moving with the breath still. This time on the inhale, reach the toes forward again. Keep the heels off the floor. Take another deep breath to the top of your chest. Exhale, buff knees to buff elbows together. Let's do 5 times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbows. 2, 3 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbows. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbows. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. As you bring your knee to your elbows this time hold. Bring your shoulders up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your knees in, hug your knees into your chest. And then you can rock back and forth a few times through the whole length of your spine. Back and forth. And get some momentum. On the 3rd time, you can come into seated, cross your shins, and move back into a plank pose. Shoulders, the hands right under the shoulders. Keep your feet about as wide as the hips in a plank pose. Go into plank, take your toes, there you go. We won't be here for too long, just to get the position of the hands and the feet. Shoulder blades broad. Round your back here as much as you can. Tuck your chin into your chest. And slowly with an exhale, move your hips back into downward facing dog. Keep driving the tips of your fingers down to the floor and also the base of each finger so you get a little lighter on the wrists. Bring the weight to the inner edges of your palms. If you needed to find any movements through your legs here, you're welcome to. Otherwise, just stay still, pushing the heels down, creating length with each breath. And now bring the attention to the outer edge of your shoulder blades, the bottom tip of your shoulder blades. Try to move them to the sides of the waist by spinning the triceps down to the floor. That creates more space in between the shoulders and the neck. And keep pushing the floor away from you as if you're trying to shift the weight from your hands to your feet. A few more breaths here. With an inhale, come forward into plank again. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, come forward into plank. Hold here. And with your knees up or down, you can slowly bend your elbows, shift your shoulders forward to Chaturanga Dandasana. And let's hold the Chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down to your belly. Reach your hands back. Interlace the fingers behind your back. And push the tops of the feet on the floor. Try to connect your pinky toe on the floor as well. Find a small internal rotation on the hip socket. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Lift your chest away from the floor for Shalabhasana. And maybe reach the hands up away from the hips. The neck to align with the rest of the spine. Keep engaging the quads so the kneecaps are off the floor. One more breath, raise a little higher. Exhale, release it down. Release the interlace of the fingers, reach the hands forward with the palms facing each other. Inhale, raise your chest off the floor. Raise your hands off the floor as well. And try to lift the arms as high as you can here. And still spinning the triceps down to the floor. Keep pushing the tops of the feet down, pointing your tailbone slightly towards your heels. Keeping the position of the pelvis neutral. Inhale, raise a little higher. Exhale, lower down. Slide the hands next to your rib cage. Keep drawing the elbows in here. Tops of the feet still pushing down. Roll the shoulders back. And without using the hands, lift your chest off the floor, just using your back muscles. Try to keep really light on the hands. Maybe pick your hands off the floor and hover. Try to push a little more with your feet down to the floor. Exhale, lower down. Walk your hands about 1 or 2 inches back so your elbows are right on top of your wrists. With an inhale, you can try to straighten the arms for upper facing dog, or you can do cobra again, your choice. Roll the shoulders back again, get really broad through the collarbones, and use your exhale to move your hips back into down dog. Let's take a few deep, slow breaths. Still long through the back of your legs, through the back of your torso. For a deep inhale, look far in between your hands, raise your heels, bend your knees. You can step or hop forward. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen the spine. Heel toe your feet about as wide as the mat with your toes pointing straight forward. Now you can place the fingertips on the floor right underneath your chest, the center of your chest, and start twisting to the right. You can bring your right hand to your hip. You can reach the hand up to the ceiling or wrap the arm behind the back. Any of these 3 options. And think of twisting from the upper back. Try to release the left side of your hip slightly back. Bring the right side forward. And try to move the weight a little more to the front of your feet if you have the weight mostly on your heels, moving the hips slightly forward. Stay for another breath. Bring the right shoulder slightly further back, stacking over the left. Now set your right hand down to the floor where your left hand is. Take a deep breath. Open the chest to the left. And the left hand can land on the hip, maybe reaching up or wrapping behind your back. Move the left shoulder further back. Exhale, fold forward. Then you can move your feet back together, toes touching or feet hip distance apart. Now firm your feet down to the floor, engage your quads. With a deep breath, circle your hands to the sides and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Mountain pose, palms touch, looking between your hands, keep reaching. Firm all 4 corners of your feet down, keep engaging the quads, pushing them back. Lift the front of your hips up and try to reach up a little more with the top of your chest. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. Inhale, reach to the sides and up. Exhale, straight back, fold forward, bend your knees as much as you need. Inhale, lengthen, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands. You can either step or jump back through your chaturanga. Knees up or down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep breathing. Still using some avriti. Same length on each breath. Still connect to the sound of your Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. You can either step or jump forward as you exhale. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Now firm again the tops of the feet on the floor. Firm the quads, reach your hands all the way up for Urdhva Hastasana. Get really long through the entire body. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back. Halfway down, knees up or down, your choice. Then move through up dog or cobra with an inhale. Take your time during these transitions. Exhale, slowly downward facing dog. So about 1 movement per breath. Noticing the actions of the shoulders on each pose, the legs, the breath, of course. Then you can look in between your hands, heels high, bend your knees, step or hop forward. Inhale, straight back, halfway up. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, bring it all the way up. With an exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, straight back, chest forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back. Go through your choice of vinyasa. You can move straight to down dog if you'd like to, or go through the vinyasa using up dog or cobra. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Don't forget about the action of the triceps spinning down and the biceps spinning towards the ears, creating more space for the neck. Inhale, reach the right leg back. Exhale, bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over the wrists. Round the back as much as you can, hollow the chest in. Reach the heart up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach the leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your nose, tuck your chin into your chest, keep rounding the back. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your nose. Just hold here for another deep breath. Lightly step the right foot in between your hands. Spin the left heel to the side, left heel down to the floor. Keep your right hand down to the floor, or you can bring the elbow on top of the thigh, side angle pose. Reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Keep grounding here through the outside of your left heel. And pushing down the center of the right heel. Direct your tailbone down to the floor. Now flip the palm, reach the arm overhead, extended side angle pose. And you can stay right here with the elbow on top of the thigh. If you have a block at home, you're welcome to use the block. Or touch the floor with the fingertips or the palm of your hand. As long as you're still opening the chest. So if your chest is facing down to the floor, bring the elbow on top of the thigh to create more length, evenly through both sides of the waist. Let's stay here for another 3 breaths. And 3 slow breaths. Don't go like, don't speed up your breath. Now reach the left hand up to the ceiling again. Look down to your right foot. Come back into warrior 2. Keep the bend on the right knee. And keep the breath slow. I thought the joke was funny. Soften the gaze over the right hand. Firm the inner thighs towards each other. And if you're feeling this on your lower back, pull the front of your hips up, keeping the pelvis neutral. And start pushing the shoulder blades into your back ribs and soften the shoulders away from the ears. Keep your arms strong, reaching evenly through both arms. Take a deep breath, reverse warrior. Stay for a deep inhale here, lengthen. Now you can circle slowly your hands down to the floor. You plant your left palm down to the floor, pick your left heel up, and reach the right hand up. Find a small twist. Stay here for 3 breaths on this twist. If you feel your right knee buckling to the side, you can give a small step with your right foot to the right to keep the knee above the ankle. Now start rolling to the outer edge of your left foot, moving to side plank. Any variation of side plank you'd like to take. So Karina is having her right foot aligned with the hip. If you prefer setting the left knee down to the floor, you can do that. Personally, I prefer this one because you keep the engagement on the side. That's just my preference, my opinion. Do whatever feels right for you. With an exhale, right hand down to the floor, plank pose. Go through a vinyasa, halfway down, knees up or down. Tops of the feet on the floor, upward facing dog or cobra. And with an exhale, downward facing dog. Notice how the breath's flowing again. Deep breath, raise your left leg, reaching with the heel, left toes pointing down to the floor. Exhale, knee to your nose. Again, rounding the back as much as you can, creating that space between the floor and your chest. Inhale, reach back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your nose, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale one more time, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your nose, stay for a breath. Hollow the chest as much as you can again. Left foot inside the hands, set your right heel down to the floor. Now keep your hand on the floor or bring the elbow on top of the thigh, side angle pose. Keep light on your toes. Then you can reach the hand over the head for extended side angle pose. Try to keep moving the right shoulder a little further back. So you're moving the left ribs forward, the right ribs back. But at the same time, try to keep pointing the tailbone down to the floor, so you don't dump the weight into the lower back here. And now let's come back to the breath once you're holding the poses. You can reach your right hand up. Look down to your left foot, moving to Warrior Two. Readjust the feet as needed. You can bring the attention to your feet. Weight on the heels, as if you're dragging the heels towards each other. So you're working with the inner thighs. Firm the right quads back towards the hamstring. Keep lifting your hips, the front of your hips up. And from here, you can softly move the shoulders a little away from the ears. Reach a little more with the right hand. Don't forget the right arm. And I'll start thinking about holding the pose on the left side a little longer, because I have the impression during classes we always hold longer on the right side. I don't know why, but if you notice, that's kind of true. So stay here for 3 extra breaths on this Warrior Two. Maybe 4, maybe 5 breaths. Take a deep inhale, reverse warrior. Feel the breath through the left rib cage. Keep firming the outside of the right foot. Bend your left knee a little deeper. With an exhale, circle your hands down. Plant your right palm. Lift your right heel off the floor and the left hand up to the ceiling. If you need, you can move your left foot 1 or 2 inches to the left. Keep hugging the left inner thigh to your rib cage. And try to lift your right thigh a little more away from the floor, engaging the right leg as much as you can. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot, moving to side plank, Vashisthasana. Any variation again. You can align the left foot with your hip, maybe the right knee goes to the floor, or you can stack the feet as well. Any of these options. Exhale, left hand down, step back into plank pose, move through your vinyasa to downward facing dog. You can always skip those if you like. And take your time during the transitions. Try not to rush through chaturanga, up dog. Try to take a full breath in between those transitions. Looking between your hands again, raise your heels, bend your knees, step or jump forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, sink your hips low, chair pose, Utkatasana. The weight to your heels. And you can always keep your toes down on the floor, just keep them light. Point your tailbone slightly down again. Bring your hands to heart center, take a deep breath. Exhale, twist to your right, left elbow outside the right thigh. Try to bend your knees a little deeper, bring their thighs almost parallel with the floor. And as you press your hands together, try to bring your thumb at the center of your chest. Keep your knees bent, untwist, hands still together. Exhale, twist to your left. Try to move the shins a little further back. Untwist as you inhale, reach your hands up again for Utkatasana chair pose. Keep your knees bent. One more inhale, bend a little deeper. Exhale, hands together. Samastiti, stand up. Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. You can step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana, knees up or down. Bhujangasana or upper facing dog as you inhale. Exhale, down dog. And without lifting the leg, exhale, right foot in between your hands. Use your inhale to bring your hands up towards the ceiling for Warrior One. Left heel touches down the floor. Keep your hips and chest square. Let's hold this first one here for a few breaths. So keep moving the left hip a little further forward, trying to square the hips and the chest with the front of the mat. So the left heel is flat on the floor, still firm in the outer edge of your left foot. The hands can be apart, or maybe you touch the palms together. Stay for one more deep inhale. Exhale, set your hands down to the floor, step back into Chaturanga Dandasana, bend your elbows, knees up or down. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. And don't lift the leg straight, left foot in between your hands, right heel down, one breath, Warrior One. One breath now, we'll hold it here for a few breaths. And I think about the right inner thigh. You would be trying to spin the right inner thigh back and the outer thigh forward. That would allow the right hip to move slightly forward. And peek if your hands are apart or you're touching your palms. You can interlace the fingers, pointing the index finger up. Keep growing through the sides of the waist. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, slowly set it down. Plant your hands, step back straight into Chaturanga with your knees up or down, bend your elbows. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Let's hold for a few deep breaths. Always try to notice the quality of the breath as you move. Bring your gaze in between your hands, bend your knees, you can step or hop forward. As you inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your knees, sink your hips low. Exhale, hands together, Samastiti. Again, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, palms down to the floor, step or jump back halfway down with your knees or not. Inhale, Up Dog. Exhale, Down Dog. Right away, step the right foot in between your hands. Left heel down to the floor. Use your inhale to bring the hands up. Exhale, lower down. Plant your hands. Step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Up Dog. With an exhale, Downward Facing Dog. And the same exhale, left foot in between your hands, right heel down. Inhale with your hands up towards the ceiling. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, lower down, straight into Chaturanga. Step back, bend your elbows. Inhale, Up Dog. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Another few deep, slow breaths here. Move the hips further back. Now looking in between your hands, bend your knees. You can step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose again. Exhale, stand up, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back, halfway down. With an inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Try the same exhale, step the right foot in between your hands. Use your inhale to bring it to warrior one. Exhale, lower your hands down. Step back straight into chaturanga, halfway down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, left foot forward. Inhale, both hands up. Warrior one. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, down dog. You can hold here for 5 deep, slow breaths, or take a break in child's pose for 5 breaths, your choice. Do what your body is asking for. Listen to yourself. You can move around as Karina is doing. But always come back to the breath. Look far in between your hands. Raise your heels, bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, stand up. Samastitihi. Again, with a deep inhale, chair pose. From here, wrap your left arm underneath the right, bring into Garudasana. Or you can hold the shoulders together. The left arm under the right, switch. Yes. So when the left arm goes under the right leg goes above the right. Lift your left foot, cross your left leg on top of the right. And you can cross the leg once or twice. Keep your drishti, your gaze steady at one point to help with your balance. Try to move the elbows a little further up and your hands slightly away from the face so you feel a stretching between the shoulder blades, or maybe don't feel anything. But you bring the shoulder blades a little further apart from each other. Keep breathing through the sides of the waist, deep, slow breaths. Now you can release the cross of the legs, release the cross of the arms, reach your left leg straight back into warrior 3. Any variations with the hands. You can reach the hands to the sides in airplane wings or the hands together. Another option to reach the hands straight forward. Keep strong with the left leg here. And it's okay to have a small bend on the standing leg to protect the knee. So you're not hyperextending the knee here on this pose. Now start bending the right knee a little deeper. Bend your left knee as well. Step together again into a chair and squat all the way down as low as you can. Keep your heels on the floor. And from here, we'll try to sit down on the floor and move straight into boat pose, Navasana. If you need to assist with your hands, you're welcome to do that. And boat pose with your legs bent or reaching the legs straight, pick any of those options. Inhale here, stay. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, half boat, Ardha Navasana. Reach your hands overhead. Interlace your fingers together, point your index, reach the right leg up, and twist to the right. Inhale, lower the right leg, reach the hand back. Exhale, left leg up, reach, twist. Inhale, lengthen. 2 more times. Inhale, right leg up and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left leg up and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right leg up and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left leg up and twist. Keep the left leg up. Untwist here. Reach the hands back. Now bring your right thigh towards your chest. And try to squeeze the right thigh as much as you can. From here, we'll try to rock forward to a seated position. There we go, with the right knee bent. And you can release the hands. Now you walk the right foot to the edge of the mat. And you place the right hand inside the right foot. So you're like here. And underneath the thigh, bring the knee close to the elbow. Try to plant your hand outside here. You cross your ankles together. Start reaching the legs to the side. Move the chest forward. And we'll move into an 8-angle pose. Try to keep the hands a little wider here, about as wide as the shoulders. Try to keep squaring the shoulders. Reach the legs a little more. And you can try a few times here. And lean the chest as far forward as you can. Chaturanga arms. So you're creating that shelf with the right arm to support your right thigh. You can try one more time. And then sit back down. Now walk your right foot back to the mat. Right hand off the floor. So keep the left leg straight. And plant your right foot down. And you step your left leg back into a lunge. Yeah, so you're here. So shift forward and step your left leg back. There you go. Now keep your left hand down to the floor. Reach your right hand up. Rest again. Was that confusing? Again, move the right shoulder a little further back. And then you can move into a side plank again. Roll the outer edge of your left foot. You can do the same variation we did on the first side, on the first time, I mean. Or you can stack your feet for a little more intensity this time. You can bring it to 3 legs, hook the big toe, whatever works for you. Lower the right hand down to the floor. And then with or without a vinyasa, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Let's get back to the breath. In and out through your nose, deep, slow, and even. Deep inhale, looking between your hands, raise your heels, bend your knees, step or jump forward. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. If I inhale, bend your knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Keeping the weight on the heels for now. This time the right arm will wrap underneath the left. Right under the left. Either way, hold the shoulders or double wrap with the palms together. Now lift your right foot off the floor, cross your right leg over the left. And you can cross here once or twice. Keep your gaze steady. Lift your elbows up, hands away from the face. It's Garudasana pose, eagle pose. Try to keep hugging the navel in. Keep the lower back safe. From here, we'll move into warrior 3. Bend your knee a little deeper first to stay. And then you uncross the leg and cross the arms. As slow as you can, warrior 3. Any variation with the arms, hands together, airplane wings, or reaching forward. Keep your right toes pointing down. And try to level your hips. So as you spin the right inner thigh up, move the right side of your hip slightly down to the floor. Sometimes on warrior 3, we are almost going to a half moon pose, but actually we want to keep the pelvis neutral with the floor. Parallel with the floor, I mean. Couple more breaths here. Now you can slowly bend the left knee, bend the right knee. We'll step both feet together and start squatting down as low as you can again. The lowest chair you can get. We'll move again straight into boat pose. Try to control. If you need to assist with the hands again, you can do it. As you sit down, Navasana boat pose. Take a deep breath, lengthen the spine, reaching the top of the chest forward. Forward, no, up. We're moving up. And then exhale, halfway down, Ardha Navasana. Reach your hands back, interlace your fingers together. We'll start now with the left leg. Raise your left leg and twist to the left. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right leg up, twist to the right. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left leg up and twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right leg up and twist. Inhale, extend. One more time on each side. Left leg up and twist. Inhale, expand. Right leg up and twist. Now keep the right leg up. You can reach the hands back again. Bring your left thigh towards your chest and squeeze the left thigh as much as you can. Right leg straight. Now try to rock forward into a seated position again. And you can bring the left foot a little further away from the right knee towards the edge of the mat. Place your left hand inside the left inner thigh. And you can, underneath the left thigh, you can grab the outside of your left foot and try to bring the left thigh above the elbow. You can hold the foot. Like you can bring it here. Try to bring the knee a little higher up. And then you're going to plant your hand, cross your ankles together, and bend your elbows to create the shelving. Move your chest forward and start reaching the legs to the side for 8 angle pose. I'll take some time here so we can play around with it. If you need to come out of it, readjust, come back into it again. And try to bend the elbows like in chaturanga to create that shelf that will support the legs. Cross the ankles and push the feet towards each other here. And lean the chest as much forward as you can until your hips come off the floor. If your hips are not off the floor, reach your chest a little more forward. And reach the legs to the side as much as you can. Then you can set it down. You need to readjust yourself a little more forward. Come to the top of the mat again. Keep your left knee bent. And you will place the right hand on the floor. Forget about your left hand here for now. Lean forward, and you step your right leg back into a lunge. Keep the right hand down. Right hand down. Now move your chest forward, and step your right leg back. There you go. Yeah, it was more like, let me show you. Let's come back again. Sit with your right leg forward. So the right hand will be down here. Left hand can be away from the floor, so you lean forward, push down with the right hand, bring the right thigh into your chest, and step back into a lunge. There you go, nice. Right hand down to the floor, left hand up to the ceiling. Keep twisting, bring the right shoulder further back. Left shoulder, I mean. Yes. And then move into a side plank, roll to the outer edge of your right foot. You can stack, you can bring the top leg into tree, hook the big toe, any variation. Stay for another breath. Exhale, left hand down to the floor, downward facing dog with or without a vinyasa, your choice. And you can always take a break in child's pose as well. Allow the breath to flow evenly again. Slowly come back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep, slow breaths. Now, bring the right knee in between your hands. The right knee. You're going to step the right knee here, and then the left knee together. Sit on your heels. Plant your palms next to your knees with your index finger pointing forward. And then you visualize a triangle here. Place the crown of the head right on top of that triangle. We'll do a prep for tripod headstand. From here, with your toes untucked, straighten your legs. Lift your hips up. No, keep the feet as they are, and just lift your hips up. Yes, and then the right knee goes on top of the right elbow, and the left knee on top of the left elbow. You can stay right here, you don't have to go anywhere. Keep the knees on top of the elbows. That's a prep for tripod headstand. If you already practice tripod headstand, or if you want to move to a wall so you don't fall over, you can slowly tuck your knees into your chest and straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. Any of this. Yeah, you can get something soft as well for the top of the head. I normally use my hair wrapped around. Let's go. First, one knee on top of each elbow. Take your time at home. You can use the wall, no problem. And then you tuck the knees in. And once the feet are on top of the hips, you can start straightening the legs. You can hold for as long as it works for you. And one thing you can do here, front tripod headstand, try to bring the legs about parallel with the floor, hinging at the hips. Try to hold there for a breath. And then from here, shoot back into chaturanga. Nice, there you go. And then you can move through a vinyasa to down dog. And take a break in child's pose. If you're still doing the inversion at home, no rush. Let's meet up in downward facing dog again, slowly. You can take your toes, press the palms down to the floor, pull your hips up and back. We'll move into a seated position. You can look in between your hands. You can step or jump. Have a seat at the top of the mat, legs straight forward. And you can pull the glutes to the side so you find the sitting bones on the floor. And bend your right knee and place the sole of the right foot on the inner left thigh. Open the knee to the side, setting up for Janu Shirshasana. Grow tall through the sides of the waist again. Twist your torso towards the left leg. Inhale, reach your hands up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, fold any amount. Notice again if the breath is still flowing to all four sides of the torso. The name of this pose is Janu Shirshasana, which means head to knee, but you do not need to touch the head to the knee. You can go as deep as your body allows you to go. You can use a strap around the foot or keep the palms of the hands on the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Stay for the exhale. And then bring your hands up to the ceiling again with a deep inhale. Lower the hands next to your hips. Now you can switch to the other leg. Right leg reaches forward, bend your left knee. Sole of the left foot on the inner right thigh. Open the left knee to the side. Again, grow tall, reaching the top of the chest up. Twist towards your right leg. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Any amount again. Your knee can be bent. You can use a towel around the foot. You can hold on to your ankles. To your ankle, amen. Yeah. Reach the chest forward, another inhale, lengthen. Slowly can roll up, reach your hands up. Set your hands next to your hips. Leave the left leg as it is. Now we'll cross the right shin one in front of the other for Sukhasana. Just bend the right knee. This way here. Yes. Sukhasana, cross-legged. Yes. So you can do Sukhasana or double pigeon. On double pigeon, you are stacking your shins one on top of each other. On Sukhasana, you're crossing the shins right at the center, almost trying to bring your ankles underneath the knees. So you're creating a triangle inside your legs. And you can stay here with your torso up. If you have the space to fold forward, you can fold any amount. And we'll stay here for about a minute, so try to release the tension and stay here almost with no effort. You can make a pillow with your hands as she's doing, or rest your forehead on a block. Keep your breath soft. You can slowly come back up. And without rushing, we'll just switch to the other side. Switch the cross of the legs. If you're crossing the shins right in front of each other, the left shin will go in front of the right this time, or the left shin will stack on top of the right. Either way, Sukhasana or double pigeon. This pose is also called fire log. There are lots of names for this pose. Keep lengthening. Inhale, you can stay here. No need to fold. Otherwise, go as much as your body allows you to go. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And keep the attention still with the sound of the breath, keeping the mind present. You can come up slowly again. Come with your torso up, reach both legs forward one more time, sitting Dandasana. Hands next to the hips. Find your sitting bones again and try to tilt the pelvis forward. Reach the sternum bone up. Inhale, both hands up to the ceiling, lengthen. Engage the legs, point your toes back. Exhale, fold into Paschimottanasana. Seated forward fold. You can use a towel around your feet, a shirt. You can bend your knees. Stay for another deep breath. Now place a small bend on the knees. Roll your first spine up. Come all the way up. Put a small bend on the knees and keep rolling your spine all the way down to the floor. One vertebra at a time. You can hold on to the legs if you need more support. As you lie down, bend your knees, soles of the feet on the floor. Feet about as wide as the hips. Firm the inner edges of your feet down. Walk the shoulder blades underneath your chest. Inhale, raise your hips high for bridge pose. Shoulder blades in, chest really broad. And bring the chin closer to the chest. And start spinning the inner thighs down to the floor so the knees don't open too wide. Firm the base of your big toe and the inner side of your heels down to the floor. Keep pointing the tailbone to the back of your knees. Take another breath. Stay. And if you have your fingers together, let go of it. Roll your spine slowly down to the floor. Hug your knees into your chest. Keep the right knee in, left leg straight. With your left hand, with an exhale, bring the right knee all the way to the left for a supine twist. Keep both shoulders touching down the floor. And keep breathing. Keep the breath deep. Let's slowly untwist, readjust the hips as needed. Both knees into your chest again. Then switch the legs, left knee in, right leg forward. With the right hand, bring the left knee across. Bring the hips to the left slightly. Hips stacked. Forming both shoulders down to the floor. And if it's okay for the neck, you can look towards the left hand. Inhale and twist. Hug your knees into your chest one more time. Hug your knees in for Apanasana. Round your back, forehead to your knees. Take into Happy Baby. Still lengthening the spine. Reach your tailbone down to the floor. Rock side to side. Keep pulling the feet down to the floor. You can straighten one leg at a time or not. Just play around here. Feel both sides of your back ribs down the mat. And without any rush, at your own pace, you can take any variation of Shavasana you'd like to. Let go of the legs. You can put your legs up on the couch, up on the wall, or just stay on the floor with your legs wide, feet roll open to the sides. Readjust the shoulders here, shoulder blades together. Slide the shoulder blades down so the shoulders move away from the ears. Spinning the biceps up. Allow the flow of the breath to come back to normal. This is the final pose, Shavasana. I want to thank you all again for joining us here in Down Yoga. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up, and if you'd like to donate as well on the Instagram page, you can find all the information. Thank you all again. Namaste.